All right, so good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is, I'll name this segment later, GTG spits that grease, etc., etc., etc. You guys all know the slogan. Brought to you by Hard Snorts Gin and Tonic, that toxic flavor that never wavers. Ladies and gentlemen, if the title hasn't already given me away yet, we're going to talk a little bit about this situation that Ethan Ralph wants to smoke with Duty. Huh? What happened? Okay, so I have a video that's in the works going over that whole Smart Guys episode, and then we'll also talk about, you know, how Ethan did and this and the third. This shit's nonsense. Okay, so let's give you some particulars. I'm recording this on Saturday, March 29th. On March 31st, which is a Monday, or should be a Monday, Duty Streams will be over there on the Kill stream talking to Ethan Ralph. Now, why'd this happen? Okay, apparently Duty did a stream, I guess yesterday. It'd been Friday the 28th. I don't watch Duty, so I don't know. I've only seen clips. But apparently he did a stream and he basically leaked him and Ethan Ralph's DMs. Duty has a habit of doing this, and it doesn't work out for him, so I don't know why he keeps doing it, but whatever. He basically goes over his DMs on stream with him and Ethan Ralph. Ethan Ralph gets wind of it, goes over Duty's segment of it, and is very, very pissed off about it. Or so it seems. Maybe it's a red herring. Keep that in mind. Seems upset and then puts out the bounty. Now, if you're familiar with internet blood sports, and if you're familiar with Ethan Ralph, none of this should surprise you. Ethan's never been someone who's like leaking DMs, despite the fact that allegedly he has leaked DMs. If I go back far enough, I'm pretty confident someone has pissed him off in the past where he's done that. But he typically doesn't like DMs being leaked, or at least he doesn't like his being leaked at the very least. So Ethan puts a bounty out on Duty's head. Well, not on his head. He puts a bounty out on his internet head, i.e., his docs. Now, if you know Ethan Ralph, this isn't new. This is internet blood sports 101. So nothing new there. Supposedly the bounty's for $500. From what I have been told, there are some takers, because of course there's going to be. Ethan is very thorough when he asks for someone's docs, meaning that he wants verification. You have to prove it. You know what I'm saying? He needs something tangible. Whatever. So he puts out the information. He says he wants Duty's docs for $500. Then all of a sudden Ethan says, and then I guess after that, Ethan invites him to come onto the Kill stream. Duty says he's down, and that's what the situation is going to be. They're going to have themselves, I guess, a debate or something of the sort on Monday.
Going to be silver, and then you paint it whatever.
Dude, you're so fucking. I hate this fucker. Like, I just can't even. Like, how can you do a show on this and make money? I know today was kind of like a freestyle show, and so like, you know, it is what it is. But like, I just can't understand how this makes money.
That Dark Duty attacks. Oh, here it is. Ready? All right.
No, here it is. No, you're right. Here it is. You talk about your wife and your two, and please forgive me, Ralph, and please don't be so mad at me. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. No. It's over. It's over. And the thing was, the reason I talked to this guy is because I really don't know that much about the DSP, community, and I know he hates him, but it's like, okay, I'll talk to this guy and see what he has to say, and I did use one thing from his conversation, so that's true. I guess that helped me in that regard, but like, he's scum, he's garbage, he's sharing my DMs, and so now he's an enemy of mine, and I don't give a fuck what DSP did. I don't give a fuck if DSP committed the Holocaust. I don't give a fuck about any of you motherfuckers. Do you understand? DSP over all you fucks. Because you're losers and you're fucking hangers on and you have nothing else without DSP. That's why. Fuck you.
All right, so of course, Duty with the helpful tips here. Duty said, look for Jade. I said, look for Jade. And I said, he's a mentally disabled person. And Duty was very kind. Duty said, he's a very nice guy who loves film wrestling. So I made sure, I don't want people thinking that I was trying to get Jade in trouble or whatever. No, I wasn't trying to do
now
that.
again, keep in mind that this is a guy sharing my private messages, which, I mean, I didn't say anything that public, but like, he did this to try to fuck with me. Well, if he has the balls to show up on Monday, I'm gonna fuck with him. So
I wanted him to know. I also wanted him to know. Don't say something stupid against Jade because it's just not gonna work.
why would I say anything stupid against Jade, who I don't even know who exists? Like, I mean, like I'm not insulting that person. I just literally have no idea that that person is a person. Like, so, like, why would I insult that person? Like, it makes no sense.
Like, it's not gonna be good because of course everybody likes Jade, right? Everybody, detractors, everyone likes Jade. So I said he's a very nice guy. I said he'll probably be there, which I think he was. And I said highlight his message. And I said
but he, as far as I could tell, he never really gave a message during the show last night. Maybe if he did, but like I just shouted him out because you said he was disabled and he was a wrestling fan, and so was my brother, and so like, do you think you owe me, motherfucker? Do you think you would say that to my face, motherfucker? I would like to beat your fucking face in, cocksucker. That's what I would like. You piece of shit, motherfucker. Like, do you think you would do that to me in person? I don't think you would. Because I'm a criminal. I don't give a fuck. I'm a goddamn fucking criminal. And I don't give a fuck who knows it. And I will fucking...
Oh, I said highlight his message. I said Phil in his chat will like it. So kind of just give him praise. You know what I mean? Like, remember when TTR made it a point to be nice to Jade and he was willing to play with him and stuff, you know, play games with him and stuff. You know, it was, yeah, me neither. I don't have any Jade with beef. Jay seems like a nice guy. Like, you know. So anyway, so he did that. He did that.
No,
He actually...
Duty, I swear to God, $500 into your account. Give me his docs. It has to be proven though. But yeah, $500. Period.
He shouted Jade out, so big ups. I'm gonna take credit for that one. But all right, so Duty had a little master plan here.
You had a master plan. You know what? I have a master plan of seeing you fucking crippled in the goddamn fucking hospital. That's my plan. And you you think you're fucking with Warski and PvP? Like, nigger, I'm a felon. Like, I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to, but like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single fuck. And so you think you're playing around with all these podcasters who like, oh yeah, well, it's all jokes and no, it's not all jokes. I want to see you fucking hurt. That's what I want to see. And I'm going to see it.
So the one question I had for Ethan in my DMs was, are you getting paid? And lo and behold, he told me no, he wasn't.
No, I wasn't, because like the whole point wasn't getting paid. You dumb fuck. You're gonna get paid though. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you're gonna get the full fucking payment.
He wasn't getting paid. And then of course I shared my knowledge and told him, oh well, did you know that that PPP was getting half the cut of the take for every
I don't care, you stupid fucking subcontinental. I don't give a fuck. I explained this to you, but you don't understand because you're stupid. You know, if it's a one-off, it's a thing that keeps going, whatever. Like me, that show last night was the biggest advertisement for the kill stream in 3 or 4 years. So like, fuck you.
For every stream, and he's like, no, I didn't know that. And then I gave him the breakdown and everything, and I told him that, you got to be careful with Phil, because Phil likes to lie about tips.
No. You need to be careful with me, because Phil is way too nice to you motherfuckers. Way too nice. And I'm not. And I'm telling you now, we'll see what happens on Monday. But I'm telling you now that Phil is way too nice to you cock-sucking faggot motherfuckers than I will ever be. And I want to see you burn in hell. I want to see you fear for people showing up at your house. You want to fuck with me personally. You want to lie about me. I want you to be afraid. That's what I want for you. Now, maybe some people would consider that too far. I don't think too many actually would, but if they do, that's okay. But I want you to be scared about, like, around the corner and who just could fucking clock you right around the corner and what the fuck could happen to you. And maybe you make it, maybe you don't. Do you understand? Like, that's the type of feeling I want you to have. Maybe you make it, maybe you don't. That's how I want you to feel. Because I felt like that for many years. And, it's a hard feeling. I'm not gonna lie. It's tough to live through that. But I did. And we'll see if this cocksucker can.
So, you might not get your whole cut. And then he literally said no. He didn't even offer. So Phil didn't even offer.
So he's screenshotting my. You see what he's doing? He's screenshotting my DMs because Phil didn't offer because it was not even like about the money. Like, you fucking Jew cocksucker. Like, it was never about the money.
Offer to give him any money, and I said, well, you should talk to him, bro. You should definitely
talk
to him.
No, you know what? I actually did, based on his bullshit advice. But like, it's not about the money. Me being on that show was worth $1,000, period. So,
and see what's going on, because of course we all know what happened with Arkham and Phil, right? Remember what happened when Arkham came with his hand out asking for $5?
Now, I don't remember, you fucking idiot. Because I'm not a fucking psycho like you.
Never, man, never. Even I'm smart enough to know not to invest in a coffee company. I'm not this idiot. Whatever they quartering.
Yeah,
Laughing,
quartering.
man.
You know what? Quartering's a piece of trash, but like, you know what? He's a millionaire and you're a loser. So like, let's just be real. Do we really have to get real here on the kill stream? Quartering sucks. He's a turncoat faggot. Like, there's no doubt about that. Oh, at least I don't have to be courting. You know, this is a scam, courting, right? To get more money. Like, now, if you didn't know that, I'm telling you that now. And so, at least I'm not courting. You would fucking slit your grandmother's throat to be quartering. And so, you know, the whole thing, I'm $300,000. Courting is rich. Like, you're fucking stupid. He bought his wife a fucking private jet. Like, you're stupid. You're stupid.
Thank you, brother, for the 10 gifted member bomb. Oh, you know what? I don't think shit. Hold on a second. Let me fix this. All right. So, yeah, I mean, I told him to,
You didn't tell me shit. You gave me advice.
I told him. No, that's not what I want.
Now, how did we get here? Well, if you guys know Duty, likes to insert himself into situations for whatever reason, and he usually gets himself tied up. This is not the person to get yourself tied up with, Ethan Ralph. The sector is not a place where you need to be fucking around and trying to find out. It's not a good idea. Now, I don't fuck with Duty and whatnot. I got no allegiance to that dude. I don't give a shit. Whatever that dude didn't lie on me. Fuck him. But I will say that this isn't a great idea for him, to be honest. It's really not a good idea. Now, with that being said, is all this shit just a work between you two to drum up, you know what I'm saying, some type of interest or cadence and what to make it look like Ethan is further aligning himself with DSP and Duty's just helping to push that along so he can be right there in the thick of it as shit goes on? Who could say? If Duty's already in fucking Ethan Ralph's DMs, they're obviously already been talking. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what they're conspiring to do? Okay, this is what the situation was with Duty. Apparently he was on stream, he was going over the DMs, he brings up, he asked Ethan Ralph if he got paid for his first appearance on there. Now, I don't know why Duty would ask a stupid question, and yes, it is a stupid question, because it's a fucking interview. This shit was a long, drawn out interview / audition. Why would anybody get paid for that? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know anything about the sector. The sector don't pay people to appear on their streams and shit, or on their shows. That's not a thing, unless you guys are forming an actual partnership, which DSP is not doing. Hence the reason why DSP wants 2 other people up there, or he wants to have revolving or rotating guests, so he can try to avoid that. On top of that, I don't know if Duty did this, because like I said, I didn't watch it. I just saw clips. But Duty basically says something along the lines that, you know, hey, PPP got paid, this, that, and third. We don't know if PPP got paid for all those shows or not. We have no clue. And then given what the fucking DMs look like, where DSP's talking about, oh, I'll pay the taxes for you, which makes no goddamn sense, because PPP is going to have to pay for that money that DSP transfers to PPP's bank when PPP gets that money. That doesn't make any, like, once DSP transfers PPP his piece or his cut, he's going to have to pay taxes on that. So why DSP was saying that ridiculous nonsense makes no sense. Like I said, it sounds like some Jerry Heller shit. If you guys know, you know. But it sounds like some Jerry Heller shit. I don't know why that was even a point of conversation. Anyway, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is a shining example of not knowing enough about what you're doing. I get it. In the DSP community, it's extremely welcoming. It's very forgiving, to be honest with you, and I can definitely contest to that because I've made my fair share of mistakes, and so on and so forth. I get that. There's a lot of understanding, if you will, even though there is a lot of other nonsense too. But in these other communities, it's not like that. That's the reason why people get ran out of communities and shit, because they get comfortable where they're at. They go somewhere else, they fuck around and they find out. Not even realizing that they're fucking around and finding out. This is an example of this. I don't know what Duty was trying to, if this shit's a work, if Duty and Ethan are actually in bed with each other and this is supposed to drum up more confidence that DSP can have in Ethan, okay, fine, then whatever. Let them play their game, good luck on that. But if this is an actual shoot, this was not the person to be pissing off right now. Ethan is on, I honestly believe that it doesn't matter who the other two guests are if there's even two other people. For Smart Guys 3.0, Ethan's probably going to end up getting at least a reoccurring position over there. Ethan is not worried about money right now. Ethan's willing to give up money to secure the position. Right now, Ethan wants exposure. And if there are two other people to make the basically bottom of the barrel triumvirate, then they're all looking for exposure right now. They're not thinking about money per se. Get the exposure gets money. Will eventually bring money. That's what's important. What did they make that night? $400, $500 plus dollars or whatever? For what Ethan, for the amount of attention that Tequila Sunrise and the Kill Stream got off of that appearance from DSP is worth that and some, to be honest. On top of that, Ethan has gotten an opportunity firsthand to deal with DSP. See what sets him off, see what he's comfortable with, see what he's not comfortable with, in intelligence, information. That right there was what Ethan was going for. That has more value than a couple of $100. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of exposes your motivations if whatever. I think we'll see how it plays out on Monday. We'll just see how it plays out. But to be honest, either Ethan and Duty planned this together, or this was a fucking massive misstep on Duty's part. And I don't really even understand what the end game is. Like, was this supposed to be him trying to farm content? I don't understand what his objective is. I don't even know if he even has one. But he ain't picked the wrong one to do it with. Because it's not even really Ethan that you have to worry about. It's people in his fan base. These aren't people you can buy off. These aren't people you can gift subs to or whatever and they go away. No. Ethan has cats over there that are trained to go. And once they go, they keep going. It's literally, they're gonna fuck until they finish type situation. So we'll see where that comes from. But why did it even get here? To be honest. Like, what was the point of all that? You know what I mean? But as it pertains to this kill stream shit on Monday, if it's a work, then it's a work. And it'll be very easy to figure it all out. If it turns into a shoot, we'll see how Duty does, to be honest with you. That situation he had with Keem, when they were arguing about, you don't know what I do, Keem, you don't understand this, that, and the third. I will say that, Duty was in there, he was fighting. He was definitely on the ropes for a while, and he was trying to get his back to the ropes, I should say. He was trying to fight off the ropes, but he still ended up losing that exchange, on top of the fact that he ended up getting demonetized later. Ethan can do that much damage and some, to be honest. For Ethan, Ethan has all the upside on this. Because if this isn't a work, this is really a shoot. Duty has basically presented himself on a silver platter. So Ethan can go to DSP and be like, hey, you need me on the show. And you need me around because look at what I'm doing to one of your ops. One of your well-known ops, to say the very least. And whatnot. Look at what I'm doing to him. You know what I'm saying? Look at what I'll keep doing to him as long as he keep getting up. You know what I'm saying? So for Ethan, that works out. For Duty, it don't. Because Duty's not going to bring down Ethan Ralph. You know what I'm saying? That's not a situation. If Duty's in cahoots with Ethan, as soon as Duty's not useful anymore, Ethan's gonna gut him and then cut him loose and shit and use him as bait against somebody else. Like, either which way, Ethan's just gonna farm him. So I don't know what the upside is for Duty on this shit. Like, you're already making a bunch of content. What more did you want? You're not giving Ethan a hookup or anything. In the internet Bloodsport days, this has already been said and done. This is stuff that they've already gone through. You know what I'm saying? Shit, money is what fucked up internet Bloodsports, to be honest. So please believe you're not telling him nothing that he don't already know. And he knows what kind of greedy piece of shit is. Dude, despite what, for those of you who don't know, despite what Ethan Ralph said on Smart Guys, he's known about DSP for a long ass time. Him and fucking Medicare on the kill stream. You can find compilations of this if you look. They've laughed about DSP and his dumb shit for years. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's been that little, he never had like a full segment on Dark Side Phil, not that I know of. You would have to ask Gator about that. And I've never seen them dedicate more than like 10 minutes at laughing at his ass. But I don't think they've ever done like a full segment on it. But he's definitely been a talking point on the kill stream over the years, especially when they were on YouTube. So you're thinking that's like 2017, 2018, back in those days. He was definitely a point of conversation, but he was never a full segment. So trust me, Ethan understands very clearly, you know, what DSP is and what he has to deal with. You know what I mean? At least to some degree. And that he's definitely been paying attention to what PPP was doing. So he has even more resources on that. Anyway, despite me not fucking with Duty and whatnot, I don't want that dude to get doxxed. I don't want his family to get exposed or whatever supposedly his backstory is. I'm not interested in any of that. No one really should. But you put yourself out there, you put yourself, you know, when you put yourself out there, you open yourself up for these situations. So it is what it is. We'll see how his kill stream appearance goes. We'll see what they even have to make out of that. To be honest, I don't expect it to be, I don't expect too much, but you know, I'm always open to be surprised. And, you know, it's an interesting hiccup coming off of Smart Guys 3.0. And yet again, ladies and gentlemen, this also should be an example to you that as it pertains to other communities out there, respect the land. You know what I'm saying? Respect the territory that you're treading on. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can get away with some stuff here or there or whatever doesn't mean you can do that everywhere. And it damn sure don't mean you can do it with everybody. You know what I mean? Just because people, you know, categorize Ralph as a lol cow, a rage pig, and all this, that, and third, dealing with Ethan Ralph and dealing with Review Tech USA are two separate things on two much larger calibers, if you will. Sorry about that. I've been able to stutter there. But you know, there's two different calibers of people. You know what I'm saying? And two different ways of entertaining content, if you will. You know what I mean? You gotta tread a little bit better. You gotta move a little bit smarter, if you will. I think whatever it was that Duty was trying to convey, he could have done it without showing DMs. But you know what I'm saying? He's his own man. He can move his own way. As it pertains to the rest of us, sit back, relax, point and laugh, and then make your content off of it. But yet again, be careful of whatever this fallout is. Because like I said, if this isn't just a scheme between Ethan and Duty, and this shit is actually legit, it doesn't matter how Duty performs on the kill stream. Sooner than later, someone's going to find him. That is what that is. And Ethan's not going to have no problems if Duty's backstory is what he says it is. They're not going to have a problem with splattering his wife and kids all over the internet. Ethan will do that in a minute. He's got no problem with that shit. And he's got no problem with finding family pictures. He'll trace you back to wherever the fuck you came from, and he'll exploit all of it. Anything he feels to get his get back, he's going to do it. And Ethan will go scorched earth. He doesn't care. He'll literally bury himself to the neck as long as you're under him as he's being buried. Just take heed to that. But do what you want. Anyway, we'll see. It's really crazy how it escalated that fast. Ethan's appearance was on Thursday night. No, it wasn't Thursday night, was it? Yeah, it was Thursday. Because Wednesday night, DSP took off for his taxes. Yeah, so Smart Guys was Thursday night. DSP was off yesterday, which is Friday. He's off today too, which is Saturday. Sunday, he comes back. We'll see what he has to gloat about. And then Monday is kill stream with Duty. And if you guys look at the leaks, it was very clear and very apparent that DSP is obsessed with someone, anybody, trying to get to. He's obsessed with anybody putting attention on his detractors. Now, Duty don't speak for a community, so don't get that twisted. But you know what I'm saying? You take what you can get, and if you can take him out early, then it's a matter of how do the people who associate with Duty, or the people who are affiliated or adjacent to Duty, how do they move? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to be picking up and training to go? Or are they going to really evaluate the situation and be like, you know what? That ain't shit, has shit to do with me, man. I didn't ask him to go out there. It is what it is. Are they going to stay neutral? So, you know what I'm saying? That's all Ethan's really looking for. You got to understand, when you're trying to feel out people on this level, at this level, everything is about information. The more information you can get on a person, the people that are affiliated with that person, their viewership, this, that, and the third, the better. Because it allows you to move accordingly. The thing is I don't know if Ralph even moves, you know, analytically like that anymore. He just doesn't give a fuck. He'll just throw himself out there. It's kind of a live wire in that way, which makes him even more dangerous. Now, he's not trying to put a hit on Duty's head. That's a good thing, obviously. But he'll definitely get all the personal information he can. You know what I'm saying? So if Duty's backstory isn't what he says it is, well, then that's going to eventually get popped off and popped out. So if it was worth, I hope this was worth this. I really do, because he could, meaning Duty, he could lose a lot in this skirmish, and for no real reason, no good reason. And trust me, if you guys know your internet blood sports lore, there was a lot of guys who came out to try to get their piece of the kill stream, and none of them are around today. And the ones who tried to, you know, show back up years and years later, they eventually got laughed off the internet either which way. You know what I'm saying? You really have to understand how you're moving with this shit. It's a small niche ass community, which is the DSP Detractor community. But lolcaldom in general is still a very niche and small type thing. Very territorial in a lot of ways. You got to be careful how you're moving. And the sector has a track record of not fucking around. You know what I mean? But whatever. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? If nothing else, whatever happens to Duty happens to Duty. Hopefully his family doesn't get dragged into it, because that's not necessary. And either which way, content's content, I suppose. But it doesn't seem like this was the move to make. I don't see what the actual benefit of it was. And Ethan, who is hell-bent on getting traction and trying to build the name back up, is going to do anything and everything to protect that. He's very territorial in that way. Very rage pick-like, if you will. So, anyway, you should take consideration on what you're doing, that's all. It's not a criticism, even though you have a hard time determining what that is, but consider it just a word of advice. Either which way. Whether solicited or not. Anywho, that's my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, on this situation. We'll see how this should go up Sunday. If not, it'll go up Monday morning. And like I said, look out for the kill stream. Look out for the people who are clipping it. And this, that, and the third. And we'll see if anything happens or if it gets canceled or whatever. It just seems unnecessary. Unless these guys are colluding with each other to get Ethan further in DSP's confidence. But then, even with that, DSP is obviously very, very squeamish about Ethan. We saw that. He's very squeamish about not just Ethan, not just his personality and or the power of his personality, but also those troll messages that were coming in. It's a lot of stuff that DSP don't know because DSP is fucking an idiot, but also it's stuff that you can tell he wasn't comfortable dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Ethan's not someone to be fucked over, to be honest. Not unless you can put him down and keep him down. You know what I'm saying? If not, you know what I'm saying? He's very much one of those people where all he needs is just to be able to dig his feet in, 1 foot in, to be honest with you. And after that, he's going to fight for every piece of ground that he gets after the fact. If nothing else, Ethan's very much a fighter, 5'1" or not. He's still very much a fighter. So, and like I said, he's gotten a taste, if you will, of the gout mixed with cherry juice. You know what I'm saying? All he has to do is throw some Maker's Mark in there and he's ready to go. So we'll see how it plays. But anyway, like I said, entertaining either which way, I guess. I suppose. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys for the next one of these, whenever that may be. Hopefully, sooner than later. This has been, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease. Take care of yourselves, people. Just, I don't really know what else to tell you. Just take care of yourself. Be easy, people. Later.